Helen Yee here with Eyes on the Game, and I'm here at Mayweather Boxing Club being joined by the man of the hour, Mr. Dewey Cooper. Now, great to see you. Last time we spoke was in January. Well, first off, let's talk about the fight coming up for Kevin Lee. He is fighting Edson Barboza. Great matchup. What do you think of that fight?
Yeah, that fight's April 21st at the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey. It's a great matchup. You know, you have excellent striker versus excellent wrestler, grappler / MMA fighter. So you're going to have a contrast of styles, and it's going to be a terrific main event on April 21st.
Now, is there anything in particular that Kevin has worked on specifically leading up to this fight against Barboza?
Just overall skill set. You know, we're fighting an excellent kickboxer, you know, Muay Thai world champion, and he's been doing Muay Thai since he was a kid. So we know to expect, you know, the hard kicks and the great knees and just all around great striking. So we just worked on overall skill set. Remember, this is not a Muay Thai fight. It's a mixed martial arts fight, and Kevin is a lot more well-rounded than Barboza, and it will show April 21st.
And what can his fans expect from him this time? Because he is coming off, you know, the fight against Tony Ferguson, who is fighting Khabib.
Yes, well, the fans can expect a full-powered Kevin Lee. You know, there's no staph infection. There'll be no problems with the weight cut in this fight, and you'll see a more experienced Kevin Lee. He has a lot to show the world, and he's looking forward to showing it on April 21st.
And you mentioned the staph infection, right? And kind of the weight cut troubles going into his fight against Ferguson. Had those, you know, not been there, do you think that the results may have been different?
Well, you know, theoretically they could have been, but we're a reality-based team. We accept what happened in that fight. We came up short. We're not going to make any excuses about it. But, of course, there were certain intangible things that could have gave us, you know, a better performance. But, again, you know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. We learn from those experiences, and we expect to see a more improved Kevin Lee April 21st, and that's what you will see. I like the way he's feeling right now. Mentally, he's engaged. You know, the Ferguson fight is over. He's focused on what's ahead of him, and that's Edson Barboza. I love his temperament this camp for sure.
And what about the weight cut and the diet? How's everything going? Did he hire someone new or?
Well, he has the guys at the UFC Performance Institute scheduling everything, and he's you know writing down everything he eats and sending it to the guys. So yeah, they started a bit earlier this time, so the weight cut shouldn't be an issue. Like I said, he's about improvement, and we're about correcting those mistakes of the previous fight.
And do you know if he does beat Edson this time? Do you think that a title shot may be on the horizon, or given that Tony and Khabib, and right now we're a bit unsure about Conor McGregor's situation?
Absolutely. You know, once he defeats Barboza, he's right there in the mix. You know, there's Ferguson, there's always Conor at any point, and of course Khabib's right there. Kevin wants any of the three of those fights, and also, you know, you got Eddie Alvarez lurking right there in the top 3, top 4 also. So after we take care of business on the 21st, you know, he'll figure that out what he wants to do next, but absolutely a championship will be lurking somewhere in that area.
And what do you think about the title fight between Ferguson and Khabib? We briefly touched on it before, but now that the fight is around the corner, literally.
Well, it's going to be a tremendous fight. I'm actually more excited about the Joanne Thug rematch, Rose and Joanna.
That one too, yeah.
I'm really excited about seeing that rematch. But the main event's going to be a great event. Deep in my heart, I just see Khabib winning that fight. He's going to be too strong on the takedowns, and I see him at some point taking Tony down and beating on him 4 or 5 rounds and getting the stoppage in that fight. I see Khabib staying undefeated against Tony Ferguson. It will be a great fight, and it's definitely a dangerous fight for Khabib, but I just feel his ground game and his takedowns will be too much for Tony Ferguson.
And what about, since you mentioned it, Joanna and Rose, the rematch? What'd you think about the first fight, though?
Wow, the first fight was a surprise. I feel like You know, Joanna is the GOAT of women's MMA. In the lower weight class, the Cyborg's the GOAT. Cyborg's the GOAT. Let me rephrase that. Cyborg's
number one pound for pound, yeah.
But in the 115-pound division, 125, all the lower weights, I think Joanna's the best. And Rose shocked the world the way she fought that fight. I can see it happening that way again, but it's hard to tell. I have it a pick'em fight. Joanna's skills should rise above Rose's intestinal fortitude in this fight, and we should see a trilogy out of this. But you can't underestimate Rose, and she's seen she has the punching power to put Joanna away. But I'm still with Joanna slightly until Rose beats her one more time.
Yes, well, no doubt it will be a great rematch.